Okay.
Thank you for making me coffee, Kash.
No worries. We're going to talk about a few topics today. If you've seen the last few weeks' streams, we've kind of been going into project-specific, or into specific projects in Oakville and Milton. We're going to do the same thing today. We're going to talk about a few different ongoing developments in Oakville and Milton, and then we're going to touch upon assignments. We're seeing right now in today's market, Asim, a lot of distress sales and a lot of assignment sales happening.
Yes, so today we are going to talk about assignments as well. I'm briefly going to tell you everything which is involved when it comes to assignment.
Sounds good. Cool. So as you can see, the title of our YouTube stream for today is Mattamy, Joshua Creek, and Fernbrook. So you guessed it, those are the two projects. And a few more we'll quickly touch upon, but we wanted to get into these projects in Oakville because we have noticed in the last 12 months a significant decrease in price with some of these developers. And first of all, did you see what Trump said today, Asim?
Yeah, they're imposing some kind of
tax, right?
Yeah, no, Canada is imposing
imposing a tax, and Trump wants to stop communication with trade. So we'll see how that plays out in the real estate market here in GTA with the economy. But
not just the real estate. I mean, every aspect of our life, people are already very confused, and they get more confused.
I know, more uncertainty.
Yeah, more uncertainty.
Yeah. But so that's another topic for another day. But we'll just focus on real estate. Again, with Oakville, we have noticed with all these different things happening in the world and with our economy, we've noticed the prices come down substantially. So we were actually invited to a VIP realtor event in Oakville 2 days ago. It was for select realtors. There was about 15 to 20 of us that Mattamy wanted to connect with directly to share something very exciting. And I can't really share it with you guys on the stream because it is kind of not exclusive to us, but Mattamy has not done an e-blast on this yet in terms of the incentives and what they're offering. So it's a little bit hush-hush. Of course, if you have access to Mattamy, you can reach out to them, but you can always reach out to us because we do have the information for this project, what they're doing with the buyers, and it's something that's significant. We haven't seen something like this from Mattamy in a while, and that's what they shared with us a few days ago at the realtor event. But very, very quickly, we'll touch upon Mattamy as a project. As you guys know, Mattamy is building in Oakville and Milton, and they're building in a lot of sites across the GTA, Kitchener. They're building in Pickering. They're building in Brampton. So they're building across the board. With us, because we specialize in Oakville, we want to focus on Oakville. And just want to share this project with you guys. And just again, with Mattamy, we went over the Hawthorne Village last week, which was their Milton site. Touching upon their Oakville site, very similar products. They have townhouses, they have detached houses, single garage, double car garage, and they have deluxe double car detached houses, which are 45-foot lots backing onto the ravine. We do have inventory here, and very similar product to the ones they have in Milton, but at the same time also different. Price points are a little bit higher, but again, that's something I wanted to share with you guys if you want to reach out to us. The big incentives Mattamy is offering. And if you guys are familiar with Joshua Creek in terms of the location, it's located at Dundas and 8th Line. You're actually living there right now, Asim.
Yeah. You're telling people my location right now.
Yeah, exactly. So Asim is actually living in Joshua Creek in that Mattamy site. So we're pretty well versed with this project. And if I show you guys over here, Dundas and 8th Line, looks like my screen is working. Cool. So yeah, this is an old satellite image. If you see on the map here, we're actually in Mississauga. We're right on Dundas. And if you keep going down, this over here is Dundas and 403. If you go past Dundas and 403, you hit essentially Dundas and 8th Line. So this huge piece of land here, this is an old satellite image. This is about maybe 3.5 years old. This is all developed with land now. This is all developed with land, and all houses are built out here. Maybe I can show you guys very quickly as well a drone shot. Because we take drone shots of all the sites we go to because we want to share it with clients. We obviously go and meet them in person, show them the locations, but when they come to our office, to give them a visual, we show them the drone footage of the site. And I'll show you the development that's happened there. So if I scroll down to Joshua Creek, 1 second guys, drone shots, okay. And if we go to Opera Joshua Creek, So this is a little bit of an older video, maybe about a month old, but it'll give you an idea of how the development's looking there. Looks like our internet's a bit slow. There you go. So yeah, so looking on a map, so this is all the natural heritage over here, as you can see, and this is all the Joshua Creek community. So Asim's house is somewhere here. I'm not going to disclose where it is, but you can see these are the ravine lots. Essentially, we call these natural heritage lots because there is actually no ravine here, but it's a natural heritage, so you're never going to have a house behind you, which is amazing. So we do have some of these natural heritage 45-foot deluxe double garage lots still available, with exclusive incentives, and you can see that they've started to build some of them here. And if we move the drone, so you can see that's actually Burnhamthorpe over there, and we're building another project here as well. We can explain that project to you guys down the road. It's coming out soon. But in terms of Mattamy right now, Mattamy is the most, affordability wise and value wise, they're one of the top right now in Oakville. Let me just move this camera. So there you go. That's another satellite image. So this is Upper Joshua Creek, and you can see all the houses that they've developed and are developing. Again, consisting of townhouses, single car garage, double car garage, and the deluxe detached double car garage, which are these ones over here. So we have closings here for 2026. We have closings as far as summer 2026. We have very flexible deposit plans on some of these products, less than 10% within a period of 5 months plus. And really good opportunities. They're giving you really high-end finishes. You can see here that is Dundas and Dundas and Trafalgar. So that's kind of the hub of Oakville. That's where, over here you can see some of the buildings. The Fortinos is there. There's some retail plaza. There's a Canadian Tire right there I can see. So this is kind of like the hub of North Oakville. And then if you go obviously further south, then you hit Lake Ontario, which is about 15 minutes from Dundas Trafalgar. So yeah, this is a really good project. We have exclusive incentives here, and we have really nice layouts here. And we also have walkthroughs. We have filmed walkthroughs of some of their models. So their actual model houses at their sales offices is going to be shut down on July 2nd because they're doing renovations. So if anyone wants to go and see what their model houses look like, we have until this weekend, until next week, July 2nd. After July 2nd, they're going to be closed for the full summer. So if you want to go take a look at their model houses, we can book an appointment to see what they look like. We do have walkthroughs of these model houses on my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go to our YouTube channel, you can also see what the walkthroughs look like. If you go to the playlist on our YouTube channel and you go to Mattamy Joshua Creek playlist, we have the walkthroughs of the model houses there. But we also have walkthroughs of other models that are not the model houses, but we've gone and filmed them to share with you what they look like. So yeah, that's Mattamy. Again, townhouses, detached, and double car garage detached, closings as far as 2026. And we do have some quick move-ins here as well. So if anyone is looking for a quick move-in option, 3 to 6 months quick move-in, we have really good deals on those products that are brand new and never lived in. So reach out to us if you're looking for an early move-in, and we can discuss those options as well. So that's with Mattamy. I want to touch upon another development, which is by Fernbrook Homes. Fernbrook Homes is kind of in a tier of its own in Oakville when it comes to quality of builder. I would say Fernbrook is one of the top builders in Oakville. Unfortunately, that can be reflected in the price point of the homes as well, versus the price that you're getting, you're paying with a Mattamy or another builder, but it's the quality of the finish that you're getting, right, with a Mattamy product. I'll just show you an example of a Mattamy product. This is a Mattamy product, of a Fernbrook product, to show you like how nice they are. I'll pull up a Fernbrook product here in my channel, and yeah, they're really, like I said, like I put them in kind of a tier of their own in terms of quality. So we have detached products. These are quick move-ins, 6-month closings at Dundas and 6th Line in Oakville by Fernbrook Homes. We have 38 and 43-foot options. We have some of the options with finished basements, some of the options that have the walk up from the basement as well, and thousands spent in upgrades. And this is in a very prestigious community in North Oakville. We can share this option with you guys as well. But what was that lot? I think it was Charles Cornwall. So this one actually sold in South Oakville. but I just want to show you the footage of one of this products. And this is actually like not a very like upgraded product. It's a decently upgraded product.
It's a Fernbrook home that's currently listed for $2.95 million. Just to give you an idea.
I'm gonna mute my voice here. But you can see, yeah. So I mean, yeah. Again, this is kind of a basic product. They didn't spend too much in like pot lights and stuff like that. But you know, you can see here the tiling is very nice. And I want to show you guys like the living space of this house because it's quite nice as well. This one just recently sold, but here's the kitchen. Right, so you have a servery there and extended upper cabinets. So this is a really nice house. You got a mudroom there too. Not a mudroom, sorry, a walk-in pantry. Let me move to the kitchen here because I want to show you guys the kitchen. Yeah, so you can see here they've put a built-in fridge. Like this is really, really nice. Look at the handles on this, and it looks like cabinetry, but this is actually your fridge. And then the freezer is over here. So it's a double door freezer, and then it's got a fridge at the top as well. So yeah, this is a really nice product. So we have similar houses like this in North Oakville that are quick move-ins, very luxurious product. And if anyone wants to get more information on those, again, they are going to be priced higher than the Mattamy options that we currently have. But if you're willing to spend a little bit more and go for a really high tier product, we do have these options.
What was the price for this one?
This one was listed for 2.9. So what happened actually in 2021, Fernbrook sold this house for 3.5.
Oh,
somewhere between 3 to 3.5. And what happened, the market went the way it went. Clients on this house actually defaulted. They listed this for sale. Oh, there are pot lights in the living room. So they listed this product for sale for 2.9 last year. Did not sell. Was on the market for 6-7 months. They terminated. They relisted again. They just sold this property for 2.4.
Oh,
just under 2.4. So big drop. Someone here got really good value. And you can see here they've put a den on the main level as well. This can be converted into like a bedroom. But yeah, and then you can see here they've given you flooring is marble flooring, and they've given you marble countertops throughout the house. I won't go through the whole video, but I just wanted to show you that they're kind of a more upper tier developer in terms of their product. So we do have some options like that. If anyone wants to reach out to us, we do have some options for Fernbrook. So Mattamy, Fernbrook, and then we have a few other developers that are building in Oakville as well. But if anyone wants to get more information, we can explain that more in detail. So those are the two projects I wanted to go over today. And yeah. So
today I want to talk about assignment sales, right? And what are the challenges people are facing in today's market when it comes
sorry,
to
we got someone that gave us a question here by Mark. Thanks so much, Mark, for interacting with us. 1 second here. So bought a Mattamy house phase 6, and they dropped prices $150K one day before closing a few days ago. Issues I noted in PDI wasn't fixed, and they did sloppy job on it. They said they'll fix after closing. We have heard that, Mark. So in terms of the price drop, yeah, that is something that has happened. People have booked properties. We had our client that actually closed a few months ago.
Yeah, I'm living in the Mattamy house, and you're right. Actually, we are facing the issues like this.
Yeah, but that's something that, again, it's just the market. It comes down to timing, right? There are people that have booked properties, and 2 years later the prices have gone up. We're in a kind of a reverse situation here where the prices have gone the other way. But we had a client that booked a single detached house last year. She paid 1.7 million plus, and that same product today is selling for 1 point. With her upgrades, probably maybe still under 1.5 or maybe at 1.5. Yeah. So the prices have dipped, and but you know what? If Mattamy dropped the prices 150K one day, yeah, correct. Yeah, they've dropped them. PDI, yes, they haven't fixed with that client as well. They haven't fixed their PDI as well. But what happens is you file it through Terrion, and Terrion will push the builder to get it fixed. If they don't fix it, then Terrion will red flag the builder. Mattamy doesn't want that, so eventually it will get fixed. You just have to be patient. But
but again, there are builders in Oakville who are giving a very good product, but the prices are a little high. when it comes to the Fernbrook, comparatively the quality is better.
Yeah.
And Kash, you want to tell other builders who are doing the better quality?
Well, I don't want to throw Mattamy under the bus. Like we have mixed reactions on Mattamy, right? We have people that are very happy with their product. They're very happy with the PDI and everything is good. We have other people that are not happy. So, I think because Mattamy built so many houses, like they're the largest developer in North America, they have a massive team. But when you're building so many houses at once, it's just inevitable. There's going to be like lack of consistency across all the houses. And we do see that. But, again, if you file it through Terrion will push them to get it fixed. And
I know recently on this side they have changed a lot of staff. Right? So they fired the previous team who were responsible for fixing these things. So they fired that team, and now they hired new people to fix these issues. Right.
Right. Yeah. So. So what were we talking about?
So
assignments. Right?
Assignments.
Okay.
Right.
So going back to assignments.
Yeah. So as most of the people, they know that what is assignment when you buy a house, you book a property through the builder, and you want to sell the property before closing the property, right? So sometimes in today's market, sometimes you get a good deal, sometimes you get the bad deal, right? It all depends. The pricing, at what price you're buying, at what time the original purchaser is purchased the property, and at what price the builder is currently selling the property. So it all depends on so many variable factors, right? But recently we have seen some issues with the builders, right? You buy the property through like on assignment through someone else. And then when you try to close the property, you face so many issues. Sometimes builder, does not allow. Sometimes they charge you a lot of development charges, right? So when you buy the property, when you buy assignment sale, make sure that you check the agreement, the original agreement of sale and purchase, and scrutinize it through a lawyer. And that is something like you have to be very careful when you're buying the property through assignment, right? And whether in today's market, so there's another question or what?
No, someone just like this.
So whether in today's market, is it a good option to buy assignment? It all depends on the agreement of sale and purchase. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like when you're looking at what's on the assignment market and what's on the pre-con, like pre-con prices have dropped significantly. At least like in Oakville, Milton, these are the markets we work in, the prices have come down, right? And people that are selling an assignment, a lot of them, they're selling it at distressed, but they're selling it at distressed from what they paid in 2022. So you really have to, I think when it comes to what's a good deal, you have to really run the calculations. Like you said, factoring in everything, development charges, and see, does it make more sense to go for an assignment, or does it make more sense to go for a brand new, unless someone needs time. But we have brand new pre-construction, like quick move-in properties. Like Mattamy right now is selling quick move-ins that are ready in 3 to 6 months. They aren't assignment, they're inventory houses. So assignment, is a quick move-in option potentially, but there are options from the builders that are also quick move-in. Of course, if someone needs, a year before they want to move in, then, there are good deals right now in pre-construction. But if you're looking for a quick move-in, assignments for the most part are quick move-ins, right? They're 6 months to 8 months.
Most of the people, they bought it on for the purpose of investment, right?
Yeah.
And their primary intention was to sell it before the closing.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. But again, if someone is buying an assignment, they have to be very careful that what they are buying.
Yeah.
And on top of that, when you read the agreement, then you have a true picture. On top of that, you have to pay, most of the time you have to pay the HST on top of the purchase price. So you have to pay $24,000, which if you're renting it later on, you can get the money back through CRA, either full or a little
But
less.
if you're living as a principal residence and you're buying the assignment, like you're purchasing the right, the contract, you're saying that if they're living as a principal residence, they're not eligible for the HST rebate?
They are eligible, but at the time of closing, most of the time they have to pay the $24,000 approximately HST.
HST.
And then after the closing, they can get the money back through CRA.
Yeah. Got it.
So there are so many things which you have to see before buying an assignment. And and one of the most important thing is what is the builder you're buying. There are so many builders with a different reputation, and some builders are giving very hard time. I had some very good experiences with a few builders.
Yeah.
I want to actually name them. One is Mountain View in the Niagara region, and one
good
is
builder.
Yeah, and the Nature's Grand Live community. They were very smooth.
Yeah.
They didn't give them a hard time, but there's some builder in Whitby area. I'm having very hard time in dealing with them.
Got it.
Some builders in downtown Toronto, they are giving very hard time in assignment. And they don't realize what is the economy and how the situation is with the buyers. They might not be able to close if the builder is giving so much hard time to the purchasers.
Yeah, we're feeling that too. One thing I want to mention about assignments for the original purchaser that people might not know. If you are assigning the agreement over to a new purchaser and for whatever reason they don't close, they are liable to close that property, the original purchaser.
Yeah. So what happens? Builder makes sure on the assignment that if the new assigner is not able to, new assignee is not able to close,
The responsibility shifts back.
Yeah. So sometime we can negotiate that agreement. That the new purchaser take the sole responsibility of closing the property. And the builder might not go after the original purchaser, but it all depends upon builder to builder. At the end of the day, it's a legal agreement, right? We can always, as long as both parties are fair, they can negotiate the terms.
Yeah, but I think from both sides, you have to do due diligence. If you are the original purchaser, you have to know who you're transferring the contract over to. You have to really do due diligence to make sure that they are in a standing where they can close the property. Vice versa, the person buying the assignment needs to understand all the closing costs. It's not just that; it's what's due upon closing, what upgrades are due upon closing, and
again, this is
and then you said the HST.
This is responsibility of everyone: the builder, the realtors, everyone, and the purchasers. Everyone they should do the due diligence that what they are getting into.
Yeah,
and like we have so many investor clients, and first-time home buyers. None of our clients ever defaulted on properties. We always made sure that we are choosing a client who is able to close the property.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That's one of the reasons the builders, they give us preference.
Yeah.
And they like to work with us.
Got it. Yeah, that's fair. I think. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And overall, in the last few weeks, where do you see the market? Like, where do you see the market for June? Because we're at June 27th now, so we're going to get the trend market report probably in a week from now. And obviously, the May we saw some activity, but that's more seasonal, I feel. In the summertime, activity always picks up. If you look at May this year to May 2024, the sale activity is still lower, and the prices are lower, and the listings are up. Yeah. But based on your...
that's how much the market is, actually. But the sentiments, people are still confused.
Yeah,
people are still not ready to actually go and buy. Even if someone needs to buy, they are waiting. They are not sure what direction the market is heading. And especially with the Trump's news today, people are more confused again, right?
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty in the market. I think June was, again, the numbers are going to be higher than March and February and stuff, but if you're going to compare them to the previous year, I think the numbers are going to be down. And let's see what happens with the interest rates. Now they're saying they're going to drop it 2 basis points before the year ends. Again, we don't know what's going to happen there. But in your opinion, going back to Oakville, Milton, like we work across GTA. It's not like we only work in these markets, but
we sold a property in
Ottawa. So but again, like there's so many realtors in the city. There's only so many pieces of the market share that we can get after. So that's why we specialize pretty heavily in Oakville, Milton, Burlington. But in your opinion, okay, what about the condo market? The question I was gonna ask is, do you see any good deals, any specific deals that you would want to highlight for pre-condo?
Good deals are all subjective nowadays. I mean, if you're an investor, there are no good deals. Most of the time, they're not good deals when it comes to. Even if
you mean investors, if you're looking for a positive.
In my opinion, when it comes to condos, the situation is really bad.
Yeah.
Most of the investors, they are not going to make any money out of it.
What if you're saying? But what if they're buying it at a low right now and they're willing to be in it for the long term, 3 years? Like, what do you think?
Again, it is all subjective, right? So
Yeah.
again, what at what price you're buying a property? If someone is really selling in a distress, right, and the market is like, they're getting very cheap than the market rate, then it's a good deal. So we have some good deals, that we cannot talk openly, but because these are the assignment sales and our clients are selling, so we may be able to tell you in person that we can show you.
No,
this.
not maybe. We will be able to tell
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
If they want to look into what's on the market, we can definitely discuss more further in
But
detail.
again, the market is so much mixed, that we
Yeah.
are not sure
Yeah.
at what direction it's heading.
Well, yeah, we had an event a week ago, and we had a very prominent builder in the GTA come to that event, the vice president. This is a builder that everyone is familiar with. I'm not going to name who it is, but they're one of the largest builders. They came out with a projection that they don't see the condo market getting any better until 2028. So 2028 is, what are we in 2020? It's about 3 years away. But I have seen from a few other realtors that they have noticed more sales activity for condos this month. Now, again, is it seasonal? I don't know, but I told you, if I see a very good deal in the condo, again, for me, it's not really an investor. It's like, I've always wanted to have a condo in downtown Toronto. I told you that. So if I see a really good deal where I see very, very good value in downtown Toronto with a condo, I said to you, like, I would consider it.
But
Right.
that is subjective. I might buy a penthouse as well,
Yeah.
overlooking the lake.
Oh, you're rich then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that is our personal,
Yeah.
preference.
Right.
The first-time home buyers, most of the time, they are thinking to get into the market, but they're scared. They don't want to. And after the GST waiver, they have very good deals. Still, they are reluctant.
Yeah.
Still, they are reluctant. And when it comes to the condos, the builders, I had like very bad experiences with them. Few of them. Mattamy in general, we had a good experience. They don't give you very hard time when it comes to the closing.
Yeah, and they build your house. Like at the end of the day with Mattamy, they're going to build your product. We've seen few builders go into receivership, right, in the last few years. So, but these big builders like Mattamy, Fernbrook, Hallett, all these builders are, they're stable. Despite how tough the market is, they're stable. But, okay, I guess we'll cut the stream. We're at 47 minutes. Well, not really, 37 with 10 minutes wasted time. But anything else you want to talk about for this week? Awesome.
Sorry?
Anything else you want to talk about for this week?
For
We cut
this
it?
week, yeah. So I think we are good for this week.
Okay.
Next week we'll come back and we'll share some more topics with you guys.
Okay, cool. Again, guys, if anyone wants to get more information on Mattamy Oakville or any developments happening in Oakville, Milton, or Burlington, please feel free to reach out to us. We can set up an in-person meeting. We can set up a Zoom call. We can go visit the sites. And yes, there are very good deals right now on the pre-con side. And like I said with Mattamy, again, just to recap, they have launched a very big incentive at their Oakville site. And we can share more of that if you guys want to connect with us. Until then, enjoy the weekend.